Hello all, welcome to Wild Wild West's Gelvin Valley for Farming Simulator 15. Well, I just hit the help menu here and I creep forward. I think our apple orchard is full up. And so I'm going to come out here and do a little harvesting. It may take me a little while to creep through the trees. And in the meantime, here I'll let this tree finish before I move on to the next. Actually, let me see if I can go under it. I can only see it here as they drop out into the wagon. In the meanwhile, as I look at the map, we are in harvest season. We have a whole lot of canola to take down. The entire farm is planted in canola, including all of our new fields. And that's kind of where we were at the tail end of the last episode. We were planting field number 12, and it was dark, and I wanted to keep everything on schedule. So what I opted to do was finish this. I finished field 47, planting it off cam. And then I took the further step. I remembered we hadn't fertilized any of our fields. So I also did that too, kind of going into the night. And I will say, the mod that I have in here updates everything at midnight, and it's intended so that you don't have things growing in the middle of when you're planting the field. It kind of slows everything down. It only changes it at midnight. So right when midnight hit, and then in the dark, it was pretty easy prior to the end to fertilize the fields. You can see where you're going. And so I did kind of this whole top part of the map. I started over here in the cow pasture. I may have done one or two of these, and then all of a sudden midnight hit, and every single other field I had to do with standing crop. And it was terrible to try to see kind of where I'd been, where I was going. Anyway, you all know what that's all about, but I ended up getting everything fertilized, I think. Hopefully well enough for our purposes. But I did that all off cam, and voila, it's now ready to harvest. Kind of a quick growth cycle. So, oh yes, I probably should be, let's see, that one's done. We'll just try to come in here and get these done. I don't know if the triggers on any of these, no they don't. I gotta be very specific where I'm at so I can, oh come on. Yeah, I can't really tell where the triggers are. And I did something modding wise too, kind of off cam. Well, all the modding I do is off cam, so I don't bore you all to tears. And we'll pick up this tree. But the little, where is it here? Oh, we're right next to it. This gizmo, the store, if you will, I made it so that it would hold, oh goodness, at least a trailer load of apples. At least I attempted. I tried to bump it up to 20,000 liters. I'm not sure. Oh, come on. I tell you what, I'm about ready to go alter the trees too to broaden the triggers. There. You gotta be close. I get it. You gotta be close to the tree, or the workers that you can't see that are up in the tree picking the fruit frantically. If you're not close by, they're not gonna drop it into your trailer. But anyway, I don't remember how much the trailer holds, but I do know once I have it full, we should be able to dump all of it into our stand. And the next thing that I may tweak on there, I was noticing the stand, I believe it only sells 200 liters per hour. So, I may just bump that up a fair bit. Alright, let me sneak in here. I don't know. Yeah, probably can't. It'd be nice if I could do 2 trees at once, and I don't think I'm going to be able to. That's just the way it is. You'll notice also that I have significantly less cash in the bank. Some of that is reflective of all the fertilization I did kind of in the middle of the night. But some of it is, there's always, whenever you roll the day over, there's a cost. And actually, I wonder now if it'll tell me. No. It has livestock expenses, not even loan interest. Interesting. Just an other. Don't know what that is. Oh, hey now. There's 2 trees. Alright, except it's only letting me grab, I don't know which tree that is. That's the trouble. You can see more than one kind of on the help menu, but I don't know which tree it is that has the other 100. Probably this one here. Yep. So we'll pick our orchard here early in the morning. I still need to figure out just how often it's full. I was noticing in the middle of the night that it was full of fruit. Oops, rolled kind of past it. But I really don't know, if it's a 24-hour cycle, that fills the tree up, and just how often I need to come out here to keep the fruit plucked so I can keep making money. Let me see here. Okay, I'm at the end. I need to get toined around. There must be a trigger somewhere. I suppose I could hit F5. Let me see if I can do that without crashing the game. Well, it's one of these triggers. You can kind of see the light orange background. Yeah, one of the two. Don't know which. I don't know if I could overlap here in the middle. Alright, that tree is plucked. Whoop. Climb back into the orchard. And we'll take on this one. Of course, I stacked it with as many trees as I could so I can maximize the fruit. Actually, probably could have packed it even tighter if I wanted to. And I've been wondering if, they still are kind of, I tried to help myself by putting in the little plow as a guide for keeping them straight. It turns out it was harder to place them than I thought, so I couldn't even get it on the line. Oh well, I'm just happy to have a little bit of extra revenue. The thing of it is I just don't know how much revenue it is, but surely every little bit helps keep our farm going here in good old Gelvin Valley. Because it's right on the heels of this, we will commence harvesting our canola. This harvest will be a little bit easier because we don't have straw to contend with, and I'm gonna put it all in storage, possibly, and so what I'm trying to do, I still already have an enormous crop sitting in storage. A lot of, I've been subsisting, I think, kind of on bale income, if you will. and I don't want to sell it anymore at the rock bottom prices, that it gives when pricing models impacted, which we've talked about in other videos. Yeah, see, like barley, it's slowly coming up. Oop, not that. This is what I want. Wheat too. All I have is barley, so it's slowly coming back, and it's becoming more equivalent with barley. It'd be interesting to see kind of just where, and I want to be more strategic how I sell it. Next time around, oh, are we full? Pretty full. Let me get over here. Have, 2 more rows. Okay. Almost full. 8,500. Alright. Sneak on through here and get out of the orchard. But when I sell it, I want to be a bit more strategic this time around. And instead of, I used to haul it into market, with my little tractor here. I think it'll be worth it if this time, if I haul it in a large, oh, that's terrible. Is that potatoes coming out of there? Okay. All right, so yeah, this time we were able to put all of the product in there, so that's good, that's good. Come up here so I can get twined around. Sorry, car. But if I haul it, because what you basically have, the way the code works is the pricing updates every hour on the hour. So, in other words, what you don't want to do is start selling, let's say like at 611 here, you probably could start now, but you don't want to start selling at 5:59 or just before the hour turns, because you're going to impact your prices by as soon as the hour hits. So what you want to give yourself, or at least this is my theory, is an entire hour. So maybe at 6 o'clock or 6:01, just to be safe, is when you would start selling. And then you want to have a big rig or whatever, big trailers, so that you can haul most of your crop within the hour. So depending on how far away from your storage that it is, you want to take as big a loads as possible so you can move as much product as possible in the hour, so that you get it all at the highest possible price. Because as soon as the hour changes, your price is gonna be impacted. So that's kind of what I want to try the next go around. So I may need to rent a larger vehicle. I may need to find a mod, like a big old semi truck, and maybe I could pretend even that I contracted with someone to do all my hauling. Actually, you know what? I almost think there's a mod that would do that, and maybe it's over a particular period of time where it would auto sell. And I need to figure out that mod. Not 100% sure. I don't have it in at the moment, I don't think. But that might be the way to go. Then I truly could say that I hired a contractor to haul it for me. So I didn't have to. And there may be in the mod a way to set just how large the vehicle is as to how large and how long it takes to haul to market. Alright, got one more row of trees. Actually, you know what? I probably should come on the inside. Just finish emptying the tree. And I'm hopeful, yeah, I think there should be enough room to put the rest of this in the stand. And then I don't have to, because I don't know, I've been using this trailer during harvest. I've had a tiny combine, and so it kind of worked. But I think this coming harvest, I'm going to try to do something a little different, maybe. And who are you picking up? This is so hard to tell which tree you're on. So if I try a larger combine, I may need to lease a truck with it. So yeah, I'm considering doing a little bit different style of harvest. We'll see. Thing of it is, though, with a canola harvest, it doesn't have enormous yields. So, shoot, I don't know, maybe I can get away with my little tractor. Come on, pick it up. At least I haven't got tangled around a tree yet. It's something interesting here. Well, I guess this is probably true of everything in farming sim. I am on the last row, right? Yeah. We get generally 100% efficiency. Yeah, and maybe you could argue that this is already factored in. I think that's the last tree. Not bad at all. What is that, 85? So that's 14,000 liters coming out of our humble little orchard. Maybe I could just leave the trailer over here. I should be able to put the rest in here. There we go. I do want to fix the particle animation at some point. Alright, okay, so take and sell all that. I'll leave them be and try to get my trailer off the road. And there we got a clean orchard, folks. I'll leave it just kind of right here. Oops. Take myself back to the farm. I drive in or I will. Oh yeah, just gotta go a little bit further. So it only selling 200. What am I making? For the apples. 0. Well, that's storage. I don't know that it gives me. Yeah, it doesn't add it to. I wish it gave me a price, but it don't. So at 200 liters an hour, yeah, it'll help a little bit to cover some of the costs. Whatever. I just like having something else to do. So, but it would be nice to know how long it takes for the orchard to pay for itself. maybe we'd figure out we shouldn't have it in. Here locally, we're running out of time as it is. We had some excitement here the past couple days, and anybody that lives in the country this is probably something they would experience at some point or other. I don't care if you live in the U.S. or the U.K. or New Zealand or wherever, and that is livestock getting out. We let's get this backed up. I would love to go get a hillside combine, but I don't think I can do that. Anyway, one of our neighbors that lives probably a half mile away, I would guess, had his cattle get out. Oh, this is all, yeah, these are the modded combines. I probably, let me go back here. Is this combine too big to fit? See, that's the rub. There are a couple fields where I literally can't get in the gate unless I have a smaller machine. So, but I can get in on some. Maybe what I should be doing, I don't want the smallest. Maybe this one it can handle. That's 6,400. What is the width of the header? 5.5. See, the modded header that I would use, this one here was also 5.5 meters. Now, if that's all the wider I'm gonna cut, then is there any reason I wouldn't continue to use a small combine? Because if I get a wider one, see this one here is 10.5, this one's double, I have a feeling I'm not gonna fit in the gate on a good lot of areas. So, yeah, starting right out of the gate, I don't think, but maybe there are some I could handle with this. Let's see, 10.5. Why don't I give it a try? I'll in it for 2 hours. And this is something I probably should have planned for. Let me rent this and also for 2 hours just for kicks. Oh, look how big that is. And probably what I should have here is a header trailer. Did they even give us those header trailer? Oh. Cutter trailer. Maybe I need some of those. I'm gonna just try. See, I don't know if I can even get out of the, well, I guess I can down there. That's a little wider down here. I know good and well the field over number 25, there's no way I'm getting into that. So I may need just to, if I try to have larger machinery to take care of some of the, I just got more acres to take care of now with 4 more fields. Maybe I need to come through with a smaller one to handle the smaller opening fields. Ooh. Oh dear. Wes, why did you put this here? I can't go through that, can I? Oh, blimey. Let me see here. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, Dum-dee-dum-dee-dum. Alright, let me see if I can slowly wiggle my way out of here. Oh, and put the combine in a ditch. Thank goodness for four-wheel drive. Alright, note to self. You can't go that way. See, this is what's going to stymie me on a smaller map. I'll be lucky in the time left to see if I can even get into the field. Of course, some of you looking at this may say this is why you need a header trailer, and that may indeed be why I need a header trailer. You know, it's probably this looks insanely wide for this map. Alright, let me come out to the main road. The question is, can I get out to the field being this wide? Scraping the branches on either side of the road. Oh my goodness. Hitting something. What am I hitting is the question. Probably. Wow. Oh boy. Can I even sneak? Oh my goodness. I am going to... I wonder if the wheelbase is even narrow enough to... It's... Oh my goodness. Okay, is there a way into... There's not. Alright, so... Oh, what a farce. You see, I don't even know if I can get the combine in there on that narrow bridge. And I'm tempted to mod it so that I can to get back in there. Oh boy. This may have just been a very expensive mistake. So, alright, let me see if I can't get in there. And you can see over at the right, I got a tiny gate. How about, so that's 25 and 23 I can't do. Number 22, I might be able to do 22. So, alright, I'm going to take to the road here. I'll be back in a moment. Alright. This, I finally, as I met up with the bridge, I learned firsthand this size of header does not go on the bridge. So, I have to get a header trailer. And hopefully I'm lining up here properly to put it on. Does that look alright? Maybe just a fuzz forward. Alright. Now, the love-hate relationship I've always had with header trailers is getting the silly things to stay on. Excuse me, car. Okay, let me go to my tractor, and do I need to do anything detach? I don't know as if it's going to stay on. So let me turn around here and take it. Yeah, see, it's flopping all over. How? See, that's the thing. How is someone supposed to get it to sit on there without falling off? If someone knows, I would be grateful if you would put something in the comments. Maybe, I don't know if a trailer is designed for a particular size combine. Maybe I should, kind of wonder if I should have gotten a smaller one. Anyway, I may find out that, and I should have set up a follow me. I may find out having a larger kit doesn't save me any time at all, and may find myself going back to the smaller combine. It just may be kind of a reality here in Gelvin Valley. You know, if, oh yeah, I would have never made this bridge. Yeah, see, this is part of the trouble when you have a, you know, I'm used to in the U.S. larger machines, maybe as a general rule, but we can drive them around here, and yeah, well, they've even got so large you don't commonly see a combine and a weed header headed down the road like we may have back in the day. So anyway, I'm just using up precious time trying to get this up here. I definitely should have had a follow me on the combine. Now I gotta drive that silly thing up the hill to get it up here. So really starting off this harvest kind of discombobbled. But oh well, I'm learning, I hope. We'll just see kind of how this works. And you know, previous times coming up here, I probably would have, well, maybe I wouldn't have. That's probably too narrow. You know, most of those gates are too narrow even for the small combine. So, who knows what I would have done. I'm just going to get this up here. I'll get it settled into the field, kind of where we need to be. And then I'm going to call this episode. You know, I started telling a story about the animals getting out. I'm going to have to save that for another time, as I am basically out of time for this particular episode. And, you know, can I sneak? How deep is the ditch? Can I go over here and kind of sneak around these signs so I'm not smashing anything in the field? Oh, and here's the proof of the pudding. Can I get that through? Maybe I can. Maybe I can get that through the gate. We will see. I may have to literally drive it in there and smash down crop as much as I don't want to. Anyway, we'll give it a try. Thank you so much for coming along. Sorry we couldn't make any more progress in this episode, but I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.